Hey, hello, Charles. How are you doing today?
Well, I mean, as usual, if I was any better, I'd beat you. The
Oh, and you
incomparable Lee
would also
Grossman
have better taste, but okay.
on the Lee Grossman show.
Or, or,
And
or
and what
worse taste, depending upon
could
what
be, I
people
mean,
think.
this is what's really funny about that comment because we just did a really horrible record. Um,
Hmm.
and but we had done a fucking probably a landmark of recording history before that for one of the greatest artists of all time to a group that acts like they're Russian from Edmonton to doing this today.
um,
Yeah, yeah. To doing this,
you mean
which
kind of
was
like
my
going
pick. Yes, it was.
from eating spaghetti and meatballs to just eating a frozen Pop Tart to eating a rock?
I guess, or taking our favorite meat accessory on the Lee Grossman show now, Vienna sausage and just plain water, and using it as a spaghetti accoutrement.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't recommend that, folks. But
yeah.
if you're broke, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah,
And you even use like the crappy noodles. But
yeah.
I picked this to do today, and go ahead and say what we're doing. That's your job on the
Okay.
on the channel.
The album, well, it's Barbra Streisand, and the album is Guilty.
Barbra Streisand. Now, before before we get too deep into what we think about these tracks and the artists or whatever, one thing is awesome, Lee. I gotta thank you for this. Okay, I'm just gonna tell
Yeah,
you in advance. We go outside the box on the
yeah,
channel. We'll do Roger Whittaker.
yeah.
We'll do the Carpenters, and Lee will blow his mind and be like, it's actually not that horrible. I
Huh.
thought it was really bad.
Oh,
No, it's not that bad. Um, Barbra Streisand Guilty, Lee, I gotta admit, I seen an awesome documentary about the Bee Gees. Okay?
yeah,
And I hold the Bee Gees in high esteem.
yeah,
Even the Woman Is You Staying Alive version of Bee Gees, the one that nobody cares about.
yeah,
I really love that 60s Bee Gees and early 70s, and I like the disco Bee Gees. And I thought, what the hell? I'll check out a song or two. And there is a song or two on here that I don't hate.
oh,
But I just out of nowhere just decided, let's give this album a try. Why not?
yeah.
On a Lee Grossman show.
Yeah, especially since I had the album back in the day.
Oh, and you even had it.
Yeah,
I did not. Because in 1980, this is when it came out. Now, ironically, an album I hold near and dear to my heart, Kiss Unmasked, came out the same year.
yeah.
And it wasn't too far removed from this because they were still doing disco.
Oh,
Which dude, in 2025, I hate people that say I hate disco. I mean, come on, that was like 1980. I mean,
yeah,
we've moved on. I would hope.
yeah,
And I don't hate all disco, and I never did.
yeah,
But in 1980, though, disco was a little bit dead. It was a little bit done. It wasn't so cool to be doing disco. It was kind
yeah,
of like over. The only band that got away with it was Queen with Another One Bites the Dust.
yeah,
Pretty much. But the rest that were trying to do that, it was like considered old and it was done. They were blowing up fucking albums in Chicago, this and that. But I didn't look at it like this. I just looked at like one, Barbra Streisand was like my grandma's music
oh,
at the time.
yeah,
Like not necessarily stuff I would listen to and didn't really listened to a lot at
Yeah.
all, except for the movie Lentil. It was on HBO. And fucking, also I was a big South Park fan, and they made her sound like the worst person on the history of the planet in the early seasons. So I really had a preconceived notion about this woman until I seen a movie called Meet the Fuckers, and she was really cool in it. I thought she was really good. But I still didn't know nothing about her as an artist, really. But I heard a song or two here. I was kind of blown away, but I don't know if it's going to hold true on the album. However, the incomparable Barry Gibb is all over this. He wrote every song and was on this album at a couple points, but he was all over this album.
Yeah.
And you actually had it, Lee. That's
as
wild.
well. Yeah, as well as about maybe 10 more of her albums.
But so you actually had this at the moment.
Yes.
That's cool. Like, that's
Yeah.
really cool. I had Chipmunk Punk at the time.
And buying those 10 or so albums cost me approximately in all maybe $5.
Yeah, I was 6, so I didn't know about this. And like I said, Barbra Streisand, I considered granny music at the time. So I'm curious to see if I still think she is or isn't off this album.
All right. Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah. Do you want me to start?
Yes,
All right.
I do.
All right. The first song is the title track, Guilty. The combination of Barbra Streisand's style with Barry Gibb's style works perfectly. It's the sort of album that would mostly appeal to fans of both of these artists, so maybe not everyone would be into it, but it's what was popular back then music-wise, and it's a very good example of it. A great song. What do you think?
Well, if we get a duet with old Barry Gibb on this track, something about this would make the yacht rock types get off on it, I think. As that is the feel that I think it has. And if it wasn't for Streisand's pipes, I'd probably not like this too much. See, when you have a strong vocalist, unlike Troika, it can make a song. And Troika should have figured this out. They didn't. And
what if they had Troy? I'll go on and then I'll ask you something.
Yeah, Barbra Streisand on Troika's Dear Margaret might have been like phenomenal. I mean, but it's very syrupy though, this song. But her voice is fantastic. And Barry Gibb sounds okay. But I don't think he was really needed on the track, if you ask me. She did more than enough. It's a decent track, but not my favorite type of sound, because I'm not this big yacht rock type of person. So it's just decent.
Okay. Well, what I was going to ask was, what if the guy from Troika sang this album?
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
That would be worth it. That would be worth. I would review that. That would be hilarious.
To see how many swear words you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
That's a scary thought.
yeah.
Okay, Woman in Love.
Yeah, what do you think of Woman in Love?
Everything about this reads of Bee Gees, from the guitar part to the overall melody of the song. But what carries the song is the absolutely god-smacking talent in Barbara's vocals. The second verse features a note that she holds going into the chorus that is purely breathtaking. This is talent. Great song, great vocalist, just a fantastic song here. So definitely 2 songs in, even though I was a little bit whatever just because of the style of the first song, but not because of her vocals, I have a newfound respect for Barbra Streisand's talent. But this song is great. I love Woman in Love.
Yeah, I put fantastic song. It has that timeless classic quality to it. that sends its message of a woman in love. And I can imagine the steam bath and the towel wrapped around after and singing this song. It's both very 70s and very cool. Okay, now for Run Wild. Alright. This has a Broadway sound to it. I could imagine a production called Guilty, the musical, and this would be one of the songs on it. I've seen Broadway shows before, so I can say it would fit. This is pop when it's cool. What do you think?
It's uber mellow, and so far this is on the more than a woman tip, if on that Bee Gees style. Musically kind of sounds like a companion to that song, just a bit. While the vocal melody doesn't seem to match up to the music, Streisand singing is excellent, but this one came up a bit hollow for me. It seems like a hodgepodge of styles in the song that doesn't quite rectify themselves in unity. But wow, her voice is fantastic. Yeah, but it doesn't make the cut for me, but that's because it just seems rather disjointed.
Okay. What do you think of Promises?
In essence, a disco song, which, as I mentioned earlier, wasn't really so in by 1980 anymore. So not sure what to make of that choice in styles here. I suppose it's gutsy, but it could also be derivative. I'll let others judge that. Barry Gibb's backing vocals work excellently here, and we have a coherent song, unlike the previous track. I mean, basically, if you despise disco, then this won't do anything for you. For me, I just like good. And this is pretty good. Not excellent, but pretty good and very polished sounding.
Okay, I put this one as filler to me. Not bad filler at that, but still filler nonetheless. In other words, it isn't as immediate as the very best songs, but it is still good. And I wouldn't be against hearing it if I was playing the whole album. Alright, the next song is The Love Inside. Okay. Even though the arrangement is much different than a Bee Gees album, it has a Bee Gees song structure to it, and it's okay, but song-wise, it's not one of the better songs for me. I prefer songs that have a different type of melody and chords, but it's still well done for what it is. What do you think?
The obligatory ballad, we close side one here with it. And one thing is, in context of the times, the music in 1980, the music definitely seems looking backwards. And surprisingly, there are points here where Streisand doesn't even seem to hit the notes, which is a bit of a shock, like why they left that in there. Perhaps it could have been crafted a bit better for her, or kept as a Bee Gees only track. I didn't get much out of this boring song, because it's very boring. And even Streisand can't save this one.
Okay, what do you think of What Kind of Fool?
Our second Streisand Barry Gibb duet here, and the last one of the album, as a duet. And more of a true duet, features harmonization together in the verses. And Barry Gibb isn't any slouch either on being a vocalist, carries his weight. But it is melodramatic, which honestly is getting a bit old at this point of the album. That's the only thing I'm getting a little bit burnt out on. It's like very slow, melodramatic. But on its own, it's a nice mellow song that perhaps on its own works, but it's getting a bit old on this point of the album.
Okay, I put, this is done pretty much like how the last song was done, but the difference is I like this song, and it's one of the best on the album, up there with Woman in Love, and it has a timeless quality to it that's neat. I dig it. Okay, now for Life Story. This is both Broadway and a little bit of progressive rock, and it's quite different from the other songs, but it's also quite interesting and I like it. It would have been interesting if she did a whole album of songs like this. What do you think?
It almost sounds like a Foreigner track in the beginning. Agent Provocateur era.
Yeah.
And which this predated. So
Maybe they
ripped
took
them off.
that
Maybe.
influence. Okay, what are you gonna say?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking so. But Streisand actually oversings the chorus. And I hate to fucking go off Robert Christgau, but that was his critique of the album. She oversang a bit. I hear it here. This would yet be another great Bee Gees track, but it doesn't quite work for me with her. She needed to be reined in a bit on this one. So see, a vocalist continues to be able to ruin a track.
Yeah. There's another Barbra Streisand album that maybe we ought to do. I can either pick one of the really good ones or one of the ones that would make you like this more. Anyway, the next song, what do you think of Never Give Up?
This one damn near sounds like The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson. But it predates it, so Jacko would have hopped on it and not the other way around. The verse is cool, but the chorus is weak, beyond weak. And I know Barry Gibb could write a better song than this. Plus, Streisand, to me, doesn't work again in this style. So, wow, 2 in a row she ruined. But to be fair, the song is weak, too.
All right, I put, this is like her version of trying to be better than Quarter Flash. And it works. I could imagine this being a hit on rock stations. It's a cool song. And I could also imagine Olivia Newton-John doing a cover of it.
Hey.
Well, I could imagine watching a video with her doing it. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta do that.
Yeah. I mean, you even if the sound was off, you would still watch.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Last song, Make It Like a Memory. Okay. I could imagine Elton John covering this, or Carly Simon. They might not do it as well, or maybe they could do it better. I do think it's interesting, but some of it is more interesting than other parts. Overall, it's a good song, and I'd be happy to listen to it if I wanted to hear the whole album. But it's more of a deep track that seems more of a deep track than something that seems classic. Still, it's decent. What do you think?
Our last track, and this one sounds like perhaps it's the one true track that's crafted for Streisand, and not an attempt to have someone do a Bee Gees song. Not sure if that's the way it was, but it just seems like this to these ears. Very powerful. And we get a full range from Streisand on the track. This has a showstopper type quality to it. Also a Broadway feel to it, but that works here. I do see this album got solid reviews, and I'm not going to go too far there, but there are a couple really strong tracks on it. So it's still worth a listen. And I do have a newfound respect for Barbra Streisand, which I never thought I'd say in a million years, not because of anything external, but because I thought it was like granny music. When she wants to, she's one of the best singers I think I've ever heard. Ever.
There's an album she does where she covers a couple of John Lennon tunes.
I would not be against doing any more of Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
Just because of The Woman in Love. That song is so good.
This other stuff would be more what you would want.
Well, I mean,
she does do some rock. She does do some convincing regular rock.
Well, the Evergreen.
Ew, no.
Oh, you don't like that?
No, and she wrote it.
Oh, yes. No way. But I mean, The Woman in Love is so good that's what made me think, wow, I was wrong about this woman. So the rest of the album could be turds. Unlike Troika.
Well,
I would love to hear Troika cover the "Guilty" by Barbra Streisand. Can we work on that? That would be something phenomenal. That would be worth my time. For real. I would love to hear the Troika guy singing "I'm the Woman in Love."
they might need booze money and would do it for that.
I am the woman in love. Yeah, it'd be great. But, wow, this blew my mind. Lee Gersman kind of liked this better than I did.
I actually, back in the day, thought it was a classic album and one of my very favorites.
Well, I gotta give you credit. I mean, the songs, 75-80% were strong because you had the Gibbs, the brother Gibbs, who I think are. Can you compare them to Lennon, McCartney, Lee? Ethan? Can you?
Yes, but not like them, but with
As far
the
as
same
quality.
with the same amount of serious intent. Yes.
They're really,
As far as
really
quality,
good.
as far as quality, as far as songwriting ability.
Yeah, overall quality, ability, and I really always thought Barbra Streisand sounded like on South Park. If she does not, folks. And she, other than a song where I thought they pushed her too hard and I heard some cracking and not good, she can more than deliver. So,
I even like her.
even though I.
Go on. Oh, go on.
No. No, I want to hear what you had to say.
I even like her Broadway albums.
We might have to do those, like Hello Dolly.
I didn't have that one, but I mean
Or
her
the-
Broadway period, like
Or the Lentil soundtrack.
that I actually kind of like, and she wrote some of those songs. But I'm thinking more.
Well, to a super fan, and
like her album People, or
Yeah.
well, Color Me Barbara's not the very, very best, but it's one that has a few very impressive tunes. But I mean, she's also done. She has one album which is considered to be complete crap, even though the cover of the album is actually really, really great. You know, if you were to buy it for the cover and then listen to the album, you might. Well, if you were drunk or high enough where you couldn't get off the couch, you might like the album. But it's not. It's unique. I'll put it to you like that.
To be fair, on the Lee Gersman show, I am a 1-in-1 on album cover albums where I didn't hear it and just picked the album covers. I picked one that was terrible. The other one wasn't that horrible. And I have to say, to a super fan of the Lee Gersman show and Nani, I was wrong. Barbra Streisand did write some songs. I was not aware of that. I thought she was just a singer. So you learn some stuff on the Lee Gersman show.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it quite as much as Lee.
Yeah.
But Lee had it in 1980.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to Chipmunk Punk and read-along records of Star Wars and Batman because I was just a little tight.
Yeah.
But The Woman in Love alone is worth hearing if you haven't heard anything else from this album, right, Lee?
That's true.
So you can't win them all, but hey, I'm just amazed I picked something that I didn't quite care as much for that Lee ended up liking a little more than me, so it was a win for me. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't lose my shit, you liked it. I'm happy. and that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
I mean,
And thank you.
I was happy that you picked it.
All right, and thank you me for picking "Blood on the Tracks" by Bob Dylan.
Well,
Make sure y'all check that review out.
Yeah, you picked it, but I mean, it's not like I wouldn't have.
No, let's not remind the world of Troika. Let's not. Except the Troika people. I think that's in Nantucket now, at this point.
Oh, not for me.
The only difference is I don't think there's as much Troika to work with. Like Nantucket.
Yeah,
There's plenty of Nantucket stuff.
It's like you're lucky that you don't have any more to do.
Oh boy. I mean, I'll do like.
I mean of them.
I do like the Jethro Tull Motley Crue tribute album, where they did "Time for Change" with Flute. That would be so great. All right. Right.
Well, Jethro.
Roger Whittaker covers Master of Puppets.
That would be.
That'd be funny.
Oddly annoying, but anyway.
I'm going deep in the great Lee Roll Texas shows. Go check out Roger Whittaker if you can. We ended up both liking him more, and he wanted to.
You mean at all?
Yes, at all.
Yeah.
We didn't hate. Don't make me pull up. What's that one Canadian, Anne Murray? Don't make me pull some Anne Murray out.
That would actually I wouldn't like that at all.
Or Debbie Boone.
Mostly I don't.
Of my life.
Yeah. But
Ooh, that's terrible. That's terrible shit.
Yeah.
Better than Bread though.
All right.
Whoever recommends Bread on the Lee Gerson show, we don't need any more recommendations. Thank you.
Well.
We both hated it.
All right.
We did. We both hated it.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember it like yesterday. It was in Germany at the time.
Yeah.
But,
all right. Okay.
Anyway. I was glad to pick something that Lee liked a little better than me.
Yeah.
And y'all, we love you on the Lee Gerson show.
Yeah.
And bye-bye from me.
Okay. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.